I don't know what the game's going to display. There we go. I accidentally tried to like join a game. I'm down headset. I've literally only just started talking. It wants to shut down on me too. Yeah, I went to load into the game, and I think I tried to like join a game, and it's like you can't do that. There's already another game running, and I'm like, yeah, there is the game that I want to join. um, yeah. Anyway, that happened. So yeah. Um, be still looking for a book. Like, I really would like to get to a point where I'm like maybe building or something like that, but that isn't happening until the next alpha comes out. Which I did end up looking into that, and apparently they are starting to just do big like dev video sort of releases of showing what like showcasing the game. I guess is the best way to say it, instead of actually saying, "Hey, this has got a release date yet." So I'm thinking maybe it's going to be due later this year. But if that's the case, I mean, there's not much that I can really do about that. We'll just have to wait for me to build stuff till then. But till then, because I can't seem to find the one and only book, which I think is Magnum Enforcer Volume 6, um, I have gone through all of the bookstores and I cannot find it. So I'm going to just literally dump myself into a town. It's got like a whole heap of anywhere from like residencies to the city itself. And I'm just going to go place to place and try to find it. I'm going to kill whatever is in my path. And I'm going to try to restrict myself to only taking ammo, um, tokens, and cash. Maybe some food. So ammo, tokens, and cash. Food. Because I obviously need to like heal her up and stuff like that. But I don't want to get bogged down with loot. And I know that I automatically pick up loot. I always do. But I don't have room for that. And if I really want to maximize going from place to place, that's going to be the deal. Um, also, I'm thinking I was probably sick. I say was in the sense that I could still be, but I'm not really sure. I ended up like steaming my face and stuff like that last night. I released a whole heap of pressure around like my sinuses, like under my eyes and across the bridge of my nose and stuff. And I sort of just felt like so much better last night. I actually had trouble getting to sleep because I was so like comfortably cozy and I just wanted to stay warm. It was a fucking cold night though. It's not even into winter yet either. It's only autumn. It's like not even to really, really cold stuff. And I'm like feeling the cold so easily. Even this morning I woke up and I like briefly fell back asleep, but I'd already removed my covers and I'm just laying there when I woke up the second time. I'm like, I'm fucking cold. I am cold in a level of discomfort that I'm not okay with. So I made a coffee and yeah, I've got my warm coffee here. I'm gonna take a quick swig of it. The game normally takes like about 3 to 5 minutes to load in, but I literally walked back in the room with like 30 no 3 seconds left before I was going to like hit play to start like to turn over my screen. I'm like, I should have been in here 5 minutes ago. Coffee's strong. I remember to drink more of that because I've literally only just made it. Okay, so I want to try to maximize what I'm doing today. I've already got a bit of bullets. I'll probably throw that out the window. But yeah. Not that. I will need because I want to go to I want to go down to the green. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've picked over a lot of this place, but I might actually just start here and then I'll move over to the big area. I reckon I can do like a whole town quickly. I've also marked this as interesting. I wonder what that was. What it looked like. Is that It might be the military silo area. Maybe the one with the big underground. Either way, there's a house on a hill right next to it. Yeah, so anyway, for people that like aren't familiar with 7 Days to Die, here's a little thing you may not maybe know. You see these little tiny like dots everywhere? Like apart from the fact of all these, I believe these are supposed to be just rocks. And these are all different types of ore. So I think this one's iron, that should be coal. I think that's nitrate, possibly silver. I think that's how it goes. And I think the circle one should just be like boulders, I think. But yeah, if you're looking for, say, iron, like for instance, there's a 3 deposit here, there's another one there, and there's another 3 deposit here. So there's a good chance that iron is going in a streamline like that. And if you're trying to mine a lot of it, that's a little tip for you. Hey, Azula. She was looking at birds before, so I wasn't really sure if she was going to come down. She's here. Okay, so yeah, I want to head down to that. It honestly wouldn't take me too long. I could probably take my bike, but I am probably just going to gyro straight down and then use my bike. That I shouldn't really need the extra space from that, but maybe. I can't imagine I'll need my turrets for this because I'll be trying to move around pretty quickly. So yeah, that should be fine. Oh, it's always so bright in here. This is the only thing I regret making is this reflective insulation shit reflects light so extremely. But yeah, that was a design choice I made and I regret. Let's give you some food. Let's turn up my headset so if something happens, I get scared shitless. That'll work better. Okay. That there. That. Also, you notice like I'll go out with like my what you call it? My various like tools and stuff like that everywhere I go. I just don't even think about it. It just happens. I mostly just try not to have excessive shit on me. But those I don't remove out of my inventory at any point. Okay, let's grab the extra that, and I want to throw this back in here because I don't want to take that much. And quickly just make sure my car and stuff are fueled up. I even stopped planting plants at one point because I'm like, I literally have sufficient supply of food. I am really just trying to find this one book. Okay, so you're already filled up. I'll just throw that in here. That should be good. Now, I've got a few lockpicks. I might actually grab, not that many, just a little bit more. Just in case I come across any safes. Because safes might have them as well. That one. Okay, yeah, so what I am looking for, because I've completed everything, I just need to find a Magnum Enforcer 6. And I just don't know where to find it. I kind of thought initially it would be in like a little western town type thing. It really wasn't. So that was a bit of a surprise. I'm gonna have you have some soup. And maybe some drink. No, not top you off. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I really did think it may have been to be like, you know, actually that was another thing I was going to do was I was going to check the traders as well while I go around. I might just quickly grab some dosh just in case I need it. I don't want to be carrying too much stuff, but I would say probably half of that will do. That'd get me a book if I saw it. Oh, actually, what's that looting thing I just saw? Jailbreakers. No. Eye candy. That could be useful. That could be really useful. Like, the only problem with this is there's going to be so much loot I want to pick up, and I literally cannot. I also checked my trader last time before I hopped off, so no, he doesn't have it. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can come across it. The only hard part is not picking up the other good loot that I know I'm going to find at places. I think that's the hardest part, realistically. Come on, get up in the air. I can't wait for eventually when the alphas change and I can start building shit again, because like I fucking love building stuff. I don't greatly love how that place turned out. I actually thought about adding some like little spikes around the top of it the other day. I should, just for aesthetics. I ended up finding the book particularly early on one of these days. I'll probably just fuck around like decorating my house, because that'll be the last time I play. Oh god. That was a bit of lag. Oh yeah, so we did check out, and yeah, this area it's basically under internet maintenance, so every so often I'm getting like lag spikes, and even when we're playing games later off stream, it's still like crunching down too much internet, what's available in the area. So that's been really frustrating for like the past week. It's kind of slowed everything down, to be honest. I think that's a military base over there. Not that one, that's a tower. There's one here I was just looking at. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to go off into like the green area. I think it'd be fun. Nobody knows. You know, the funny thing is I actually sat down one day and I noted when the occurrence of stuff happens. And like 3 a.m., midnight, I think 6 a.m., 9 a.m., stuff like that, is when a lot of things happen. Like there's, what is it, 2 days, the day after Blood Moon or 2 days after Blood Moon, you get a pack of dogs or wolves. I once had a pack of zombie animals, so I had, I think 2 or 3 zombie bears and like a few zombie dogs run past. It's like as a wild ass pack just running past. It was the worst thing I'd ever seen. That was the morning after Blood Moon, and I just stood on the porch of the building that was like my Blood Moon tower as I watched these animals just like run past, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that monstrosity? I don't want to see. And then I ended up chasing after some of them. I ended up getting killed by the multitude of bears because, like, let's be honest, it was the day after Blood Moon. I was not in the best condition. And I ended up being like, okay, well, I'll just run back and get my shit and continue to kill them. No, apparently it was one of those, like, wandering, like, spawn-in sort of event type things. So, yeah, there was no way I was going to find it. Oh, I need to drink more coffee. I keep yawning. I don't know what it is, but lately I've been going to sleep at like 3. Not even that. I've been like finishing up everything and getting ready for bed somewhere between like midnight, and then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and I'm like sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, how does it get to 3 a.m. so quickly? The worst part is like I can't really have like a nap, because I can't really sleep in either because I'm trying to fix my sleep. So all I can do is get up and be immensely tired for part of the day. And tonight, I know I'll be playing Warzone a bit tonight, but at the same time, like, I'm going to have to go to bed earlier because tomorrow is such a huge day. It's just going to be so long. Let's get down here. How do I go down? That's up. Oh, well, that helped stalled it. There we go. C is down. I was thinking PUBG controllers for a second there. Jesus. Mate, give me 2 seconds. I'm doing something. Technically, I was like in the process of landing and he was already on his way over, but you know. I will take the fuel. That's something else I'll allow. Okay, so... Hey! Nothing. My only problem is I've got to kind of like take shit and then like empty it out. I don't want that in there. Because otherwise it's just going to stay there for next time. You're probably only... Yeah, you're probably only stuff. I don't want you to do that. I want you to like... How do I get you out of my inventory again? Because I thought that there was a way... Hold up a second. I need to figure this out. So I thought it was shift and like click, but that just puts it to my toolbar. I must have just have to do like the drag method. It'll be fine. There's a box. Bunch of zombies. I was going to say, I'm like, I shot the corpse, but I guess they're all corpses, aren't they? Alright, filing cabinet. No. Oh, there's my 283 level. And I've now got excessive skill points because I literally cannot use them. All of this is just a waste of space. I really hate throwing everything out. It pains me. Because from my perspective, I want to keep the loots. Let's have a look over here. That truck might have some stuff. I doubt it's going to have a book. I might just empty out my inventory as it gets full. No, I'm not constantly opening it. There's a book, but that's not the one. Yeah, so I'm basically just going to try to kill everybody I possibly can. All these extra books that I have to read are going to be so good for my XP, which is funny because like I can't put any more points into anything, right? So I'm going to just start stockpiling points, but it does go show if I've got 7 available, you know, it's actually, it ends on an odd number is what it is. So I think it's like, I don't know, I forgot what number it was, like 74 or some shit. Hi, greenies. I didn't realize I needed to reload. I'm down. That was actually a half good shot. Alright. Alright, gimme water. There's a few places I just don't think is going to have it. Whoa, calm down, fucking lag. Jesus. I am not running anything, and my partner's computer is off. It is just bad today. Also, the funniest thing is we had one day last week where I was reading manga, and I'm like, oh, the internet's being awful. So I just swapped over to my phone's internet because I'm like, obviously it's not loading. And I ended up, I don't know, about half an hour later, my partner comes past and he's like, the internet's down. I'm like, I noticed. I did notice that, but I'm using my mobile internet at this point. And he's like, oh, well, I was watching anime and it's like, it stopped. And I'm like, yeah, it's been doing that. That's why I'm like using my phone. I just couldn't be fucked getting up and messing with the router this time. And yeah, he ended up, in the process of it, he ended up contacting the provider that we've got. And they were like, oh, it's currently up. Like, it's been up for 7 days. And he's like, I can tell you right now, we don't have internet. So it's not currently up. And they're like, oh. I'm like so surprised by that. And yeah, I ended up like looking into it, and it's been dropping out because like I'm obviously the one home using it and stuff. So I let him know how it's been, and he's like, man, it sounds like it's been shit. And I'm like, it has been shit. It's just, it hasn't dropped off that much for a while, so I just haven't complained. Like, you know, if it just goes down occasionally, I can just reset a router and it's fine. When it goes down, I have to like fuck around with extra settings and stuff. That's when I've got annoyance. Hello. Oh, I've already picked it. Oh yeah, a lot of these things I will have picked. I'm not looking at clothing because that's just going to be like clothing stash and cupboards and shit. I often like looking at like the posters and stuff like that. I'm just going to take a swig of my coffee. City vanished in blast of atom bomb. What's it? Habitat for Humanity. Spring picnic. Okay. Yeah, so I remember trolling the forums and somebody was asking, like, what was the whole thing behind 7 days? And I believe the thing behind it, there was also downstairs, was the fact that there was a flu pandemic. Because if you have a look out on the streets, there's occasionally a, what do you call it? A newspaper that's just like on the ground somewhere in the road. If you read it, it says that a flu pandemic has broken out. And what it ends up talking about on other documents and stuff is the fact that this pandemic got out of control. And so what they've decided to do is basically just drop an atom bomb on, the affected city, which of course didn't really work. It just kind of irradiated some of the zombies and I guess fucked over the rest of the people and threw them into the apocalypse. So yeah, that happened. But to my knowledge, that's supposed to be like the origins of 7 Days to Die. And I always find it funny finding stuff like that because I literally only know that by reading the documents in and around the ground in this game. Like, it's actually all throughout the game, it talks about it. That's a bunker outside, so there should be a loot room in here somewhere. Right there. I want to use, like, eye candy. Come on, guys. Stop being wild, weird zombies. I'm gonna loot this while you guys take your time. There's a good amount of loot in here, but I don't really want to bust out the eye candies. Maybe for, like, one of the bigger places. I should have done it for the bookstore box. Okay. I also have the strong desire to, like, scrap everything I see. Because I haven't been able to, like, I have been keeping stuff, I just have no use for it, essentially. So what I've been doing is I've just been scrapping everything. And that kind of works well as well. The only problem is I don't need the stuff to, like, build anything. This looks like it's lootable. And it's sandwich. I find the replenishing sandwiches disturbing, personally. Mailboxes are going to have stuff. I don't think you're going to have anything in here, apart from maybe a dog. It's not even inside. Fuck off. I don't need that in my life. I honestly forgot that they're in this game, and now my stomach hurts really badly. I don't know if I'm ever going to get better about that. Like, I think the biggest thing is, from what I've seen, like, I tried really hard not to watch too much of the dev stream because it showcased a lot of the visual changes, and I'd rather see them organically as I play than, know of them in advance. Hold up. Yeah, so because of that, I ended up just kind of touching over it. And I know that they talked about the fact that they revamped the dogs. And from my perspective, I'm just like, I really don't need them to look scarier or more realistic. I guess, honestly, I just need them to not growl like that. Sorry. I'm going to keep the acid too, because I'd like to be able to make a couple of the drinks that require the acid. Because it's something you don't come across very often, so I might try to keep that. But yeah, essentially, I'm trying to keep medicine, foods, that's questionable foods, ammo, and money. Where am I? So, where the fuck did I just come from? That way? Oh my god, I got myself turned around. I'm just going to go over here. I'm pretty sure I came from, like, out that way somewhere. Alright. My sense of direction, I swear. I think I could have done better growing up to have been taught fucking directional sense. Because I've been in here. I'm one of those people that was like, when you go for a car ride as a child and you literally just, like, 90% of the trip is you looking out the window like under like certain lights at night, like pretending that you're part of a music cover or something like that. And like the other amount of time that you're like in a car, you're just like fucking around being a kid. Yeah, so I was like that, and I just like never really paid any attention to where we're going or what we're doing. So when I became an adult, everywhere seemed like it was really far away and like super complicated to get to. And now, as like, fuck off, robot. Now, a few years later, driving around, all I find is like everything's so close together, so much closer together than I ever thought. If I turn off a road that I'm familiar with, I literally cannot find my way back easily unless like I sometimes have to just pull straight over and like use a GPS because there's no way I'm finding my fucking way back, even though I literally just pulled off a street. Like that's like how I drive. That's my directional sense for life, which is really funny because when it comes down to like traveling, I remember traveling with a friend who had even worse sense than I did, which was impressive. I was always impressed with her ability to just not fucking know where she's going. And in her case, she had like literally she'd get a map and she'd go and ask somebody for directions. And they'd say, hey, yeah, where you want to go is like over here. And you just go literally just where you're standing. Here's the map. Just go that direction and you'll be good. And she'll literally thank them and turn around and go the opposite direction. It was always so impressive. And she's just like, I don't know where I'm going. And I'm like, let me take the fucking map. She's like, you have no sense of direction. I'm like, I've got slightly more than you. So I think in this scenario, I should have the map. Yeah. Melbourne was interesting. We traveled around Melbourne like that. We got to see a lot of Melbourne. Not intentionally, of course, but, you know. I guess that's how you do sightseeing. I don't look like I've dug out this area. Have I? No, I haven't. Well, there's good loot, like, right down here. I think, like, pretty much right underneath this thing. Oh, I have dug it out. Sweet. Nice. Super easy. That's not really great loot. Car parts. I didn't even finish looting that last time. Oh, I could double loot it. That's a fucking improvement. Let's see, books. Man, I was looking for these for ages. And I'm pretty sure both my guns got them. This is a good mod to have. Just 20% chance crippling them. It's just so good. Medicals. Soup medicals. I was kind of not expecting to be getting like this much medical shit. So I'm going to just numb on some of that. She's not going to like it because obviously it's burnt meat. I don't think this place offers much. Oh, Jesus, calm down. Okay, there was a few more in there than I thought. Okay, just calm the fuck down. It's not even nighttime yet. Wow. Yeah, I should swap over to this and use some of its bullets for a bit. Hey, this is running. I always liked getting a place that had like a running refrigerator because I use it in the game. It's not a lot of space, but I mean, it's the novelty that you literally have a working refrigerator humming away in your base. Like, I wouldn't mind maybe using like, maybe not so much this place specifically because it's a good spawn, but definitely something with maybe like a layout like this sort of area would be nice. I also heard that there's gonna be a whole heap of new POIs in the new places, in the new game, which I'm kind of excited about. I don't know what they're gonna bring out. I've searched basically every other place to buggery, so I kind of know where I'm going. Whoops. Well, that was food. I'm not fucking around trying to get that back. I'm not keeping these sandwiches. Nobody wants them. Hurts my soul to drop that much fucking lead. Considering how rare it was. Bookshelf. Oh, I thought you were in here. I'm like, I knew somebody was banging up against the wall before. Paper.